Understanding the psychological of women is one of the main key to better relationship. The kind of understanding. The psychological of women will determine whether or not they think about you throughout the day. The more they think about you, the more they are attracted to you. The more likely they are to feel chemistry with you. Many men find themselves pondering a deceptively simple question. What's going on in her mind? It's a question that has led countless men to introspection, overthinking, and even obsession. If you found this video, chances are you've wrestled with this question yourself. Fortunately, today we'll unravel some of the key psychological factors that drive women's behavior, insights that can provide clarity and transform how you view relationships. As you follow along, you'll likely experience a series of aha moments where things suddenly make sense, offering a fresh lens through which to view the dating world. Make sure you stick around until the end, as these insights might surprise you with just how straightforward things can be. Let's begin by tackling an age-old debate. Do men and women think differently? The difference in thinking processes. One of the most significant distinctions between men and women often lies in their approach to solving problems. While women are often described as more emotional, men tend to lean toward logic. However, this stereotype has evolved, with many women embracing logic and many men displaying heightened emotional awareness. Why is this? Hormones play a pivotal role in shaping how both genders think and react. Women typically produce higher levels of estrogen, which is linked to heightened emotional responses and, in some cases, a lack of confidence. On the flip side, women with higher levels of testosterone often exhibit greater confidence, naturally gravitating toward leadership roles. But there's more to the story. It goes deeper into the brain itself. The amygdala, a small but powerful part of the brain, processes information and determines how it's dispersed throughout the mind. In both men and women, the emotional right side of the brain often reacts first. However, women are more likely to rely on this emotional response, whereas men tend to wait for the logical left side to process the information before acting. This interplay between the emotional and logical sides of the brain is one reason why men and women often approach situations differently. Understanding this dynamic can help you navigate relationships with greater ease. Now, let's dive into the first of 11 key psychological factors about women that can reshape your perspective. The first factor: women are more emotional. We've already explored the science behind this, so let's keep it concise. Women tend to rely on their emotions when making decisions, which can sometimes lead to impulsive or unpredictable behavior. While this might be frustrating at times, it's important to understand that this emotional response is deeply ingrained and not something you can, or should, try to change. Here's the key. Don't fight the storm. Let it pass. When a woman reacts emotionally to a situation, your best move isn't to argue or try to fix her feelings. Instead, observe and allow her emotions to run their course. Once the storm subsides, you can step in with logical suggestions or support. By staying calm and composed, you position yourself as a steady presence, someone she can rely on when emotions run high. This approach not only prevents unnecessary conflict, but also builds trust and respect over time. As we delve deeper into these psychological factors, you'll uncover actionable insights that can reshape your understanding of women and the dating world. The second factor: women are drawn to strength and edge. This one might catch you off guard, but many women are instinctively attracted to men who exude strength, confidence, and a hint of danger. A man who seems powerful and commands respect can captivate her attention because it triggers her biological instincts. This is often tied to a desire to nurture or fix someone who appears damaged or complex. However, let's be clear. This doesn't mean you should cultivate toxic behaviors or lean into a destructive lifestyle. While women may initially find a damaged man alluring, this attraction has limits. Over time, if you don't make positive changes, she'll outgrow the desire to help or nurture you. The lesson here? Confidence and strength are attractive, but they should come from a place of self-improvement and stability. not chaos or toxicity. Don't be the man she needs to save. Be the man she respects and admires. The third factor, women love the chase. Much like men enjoy the thrill of pursuing someone, women also find excitement in a bit of uncertainty. A man who plays hard to get creates an aura of mystery and intrigue that women often find irresistible. But here's the catch. The game must feel natural, not forced. When your life is genuinely focused on personal growth, your career, passions, health, or hobbies, it naturally makes you less available. This gives the impression that you're hard to get, without coming across as disinterested or manipulative. Women are drawn to a man who has his own life and priorities because it shows confidence, independence, and value. The key here is balance. If the game feels too obvious, it will lose its charm. When done right, it sparks attraction and keeps the relationship dynamic and engaging. The chase isn't about withholding affection. It's about showing that your time and attention are earned, not handed over too easily. The fourth factor, she doesn't want you to overcommit. Here's a paradox. While women may say they want full commitment, they're often more attracted to a man who keeps them on their toes. Overcommitting too soon can come across as insecure, especially if you're constantly reassuring her of your feelings or seeking validation in return. This doesn't mean you should play games or be unfaithful. Loyalty and trust are non-negotiable in a healthy relationship. Instead, it's about maintaining your own sense of individuality and ensuring the relationship doesn't become stagnant. By focusing on your personal growth, staying in shape, and pursuing your goals, you create a dynamic where she remains invested and engaged. When she sees that you're confident, independent, and focused on being the best version of yourself, it keeps the spark alive. Women often appreciate a little bit of unpredictability. It adds excitement and ensures the relationship doesn't fall into complacency. The fifth factor, women play teasing games as a test of boundaries. Teasing is a playful way women test boundaries and gauge how much you're willing to bend for them. This behavior, which often begins in childhood, doesn't stop in adulthood. When a woman teases you, it's often a lighthearted way of expressing attraction while subtly testing your emotional resilience. Here's the key. Teasing is a test, and how you respond determines the level of respect and attraction she feels for you. Overreacting or becoming defensive can hurt the dynamic and diminish her interest. Instead, play along with confidence and humor. Show her that you're unshakable, and she'll respect you even more. When teasing runs its course, the relationship often stabilizes, allowing you to regain control and lead the dynamic. Weak men tend to falter here, reacting emotionally and losing ground. Confidence and composure are your greatest assets when navigating this phase of a relationship. The sixth factor, women are emotionally vulnerable. While men often admire and respect influential women in their lives, some men adopt hyper-masculine personas that dismiss emotional connection. However, the truth is that women are naturally more emotionally vulnerable, and a balanced approach to masculinity is key. A truly masculine man doesn't bulldoze his way through emotions or dominate conversations. Instead, he provides emotional safety while showcasing strength and sensitivity. This means allowing her to express her feelings without fear of judgment and offering support, even if you don't have all the answers. To deepen your connection, consider learning her love language and understanding her emotional needs. Respect her individuality and avoid trying to suppress her emotions. Building trust comes from balancing masculine protection with emotional attentiveness. Avoid adopting an aggressive or overpowering demeanor, as this approach quickly loses its appeal. Long-term connections thrive on mutual respect, understanding, and emotional safety, not fleeting displays of hypermasculinity. The seventh factor, women don't expect to pay on dates. Here's an uncomfortable truth: women rarely expect to share financial responsibilities on early dates. For most women, the idea of paying or splitting expenses, especially on the first few dates, can diminish attraction. Why? Because women often associate financial investment with masculine leadership. By paying for the date, you signal that you're willing to take the lead and provide, which aligns with traditional expectations. However, this doesn't mean you should shoulder all expenses indefinitely. Once the relationship becomes more established, it's essential to encourage her to invest in the partnership. This can mean contributing to dates, shared goals, or acts of care. When someone invests their time, energy, or resources into a relationship, they naturally value it more. Be mindful, though. Pressuring her to pay too early or frequently can shift the dynamic, making her feel in control of the relationship. Strive for balance. Show her that you're willing to provide in the early stages, but also create opportunities for her to reciprocate in meaningful ways. The eighth factor, she wants to feel like a princess. From a young age, many women grow up with the fantasy of being a princess. This idea, shaped by fairy tales and stories, becomes ingrained in their subconscious and influences their expectations in relationships. Women often seek a partner who can make them feel cherished, special, and valued. Someone who embodies the qualities of the prince in their story. As a man, you don't need to buy into over-the-top gestures to fulfill this fantasy. Simply being a natural gentleman, kind, attentive, and confident, can be enough to align with this desire. But it's essential to understand her unique perspective. Some women may take a rebellious twist on this fantasy, preferring a prince with a bit of edge or independence. Observing her personality and understanding her drive will help you tailor your approach to make her feel like the heroine of her story. The acronym RICE, Reward, Ideology, Coercion, Ego, can help you understand what motivates her. By identifying her driving factor, you can better connect with her fantasy and create a relationship dynamic that feels meaningful and fulfilling. The ninth factor. Women naturally feel more sensations. Women are naturally more attuned to both physical and emotional sensations than men. This heightened sensitivity influences their responses to various experiences, from touch to emotional connections. While men may brush off certain situations, women are more likely to internalize and reflect on them, making both the highs and lows of life more intense. This sensitivity isn't limited to emotions. It extends to the way they perceive interactions, relationships, and even failures. When facing setbacks, women tend to ruminate on the experience longer, which can lead to emotional stress. Understanding this dynamic allows you to approach situations with empathy and support, leaving a lasting positive impression. To truly connect, focus on creating impactful moments that evoke deep emotional sensations. This isn't just about grand gestures. It's about being present, attentive, and consistent in how you treat her. Leave her with memories of joy and positivity that she'll carry with her long after the moment is past. The final factor. Women hate boredom. A key reason to have a fulfilling, active life is simple. Women despise boredom. While some may say they enjoy staying in or relaxing, what they truly crave is a balance between comfort and adventure. They want a partner who can inject excitement into their lives, whether that's through shared activities, meaningful experiences, or simply being surrounded by good energy. Having close friends, hobbies, and a social life not only makes your life richer but also makes you more attractive. Women are drawn to men who are connected, respected, and active in their communities. By involving her in your world, you give her a glimpse of who you are through the eyes of those closest to you. Keep in mind, women are often influenced by the opinions of those they trust, including your friends and family. Surround yourself with loyal, supportive people, as their impression of you can strengthen or weaken her perception of you. Let's make key takeaways. Make her feel special. Align with her desire to feel cherished and valued by being thoughtful, observant, and intentional. Create emotional depth. Women feel sensations, both physical and emotional, more intensely. Focus on building moments of genuine connection that leave a lasting impression. Take the initiative. Confidence in making the first move is still a cornerstone of attraction. Initiate with intention, then let her invest in chasing you. Keep it exciting. Avoid stagnation in relationships by maintaining an active, vibrant life that she can be part of. Balance adventure with stability to keep her engaged. At the core of all these points is a simple truth. Women value connection, excitement, and authenticity. By understanding their deeper emotional needs and aligning your actions accordingly, you can build a relationship that thrives on mutual respect, attraction, and growth. Stay genuine, observant, and intentional, and you'll create a dynamic that leaves a lasting impact.